Hi everybody, Geraldine Rose here. Hey, we better get this Christmas in July series going before we run out of July, right? Alrighty, a little bit of housekeeping first. If you want to enter for mail call, there's a chance to win a card, and I delete all the addresses once it goes out and a new form goes up. Plus, just stuff that's for sale. Okay, so this is for the Instagram Silver and Gold Christmas in July hop, and I am on a kick this year with hills, landscapes. So I brought out the Simon Says stamp, the Rolling Hills embossing folder, but I'm using it for the inside of the card. So I have inked it up with Lost Shadow, which is a really light gray ink. I've spritzed it with water and I'm pressing it down by hand on the inside of the card, which I've got folded over on itself because this is a top fold card. Now I've put that aside because it needs to dry, and I was hoping it wasn't going to be too wet and it would start warping. I also brought out some white tissue paper, Mod Podge. I am scrunching it together so that I get the wrinkles in there. This one had a really big wrinkle. I'm using more Mod Podge to tack it down, and then I snipped off around all the outside edges. So I'm kind of doing what Kathy Zilski did the other day with the paint swiping, but because I'm using such light colors, because silver and gold, they ended up not standing out. So me being me, I'm just like, okay, we'll go in another direction. So I had down the silver and a white. There's a gold that's going down. Here's the metallic silver. I'm going to swipe this in the other direction. And I'm being really careful because I'm dragging it across the top of that tissue paper, remember? So once it's dry a little bit, I'm putting it in the splat box, and I thought, oh, well, okay, I can augment this with some of the mica sprays because I had like the darker grays and the lighter grays, and then I put some of the iridescent shimmer across the top of it, let it dry some more. Now I'm getting out the embossing folder again, and I'm running it through that. I didn't want to have too deep impression because these 3D ones from Simon, they really press your card in. But I ran it through with that so that I would have that rolling hill texture over top of the painted tissue paper Mod Podge that's in the background. Now I've got out the shimmer relief paste, and this is the pearl one. So this is the white one. This is the one that you can add any inks or paints to change the color of it. But I wanted it white. I wanted it so that it would have that silver effect. And what I'm doing is I'm painting it just across the top of the hills. I also have like the pewter one. So that one I'm bringing in on where the road is going through those hills, and then I'm burnishing it out, buffing it out with my hand so that it's not too dark, and it gives it a grainier appearance. Now I've also brought in the watercolor pencils with my water brush, and I am putting those in to add another layer over top just so that it stands out a wee bit more, but in a softer, chalkier way than that shimmer relief paste would. So that's it aside to dry. All right, once it has, I cut out a stencil from that embossing folder, and I'm using it as a template to bring the sunrise or the sunset in the background. So we have the yellows, we have the oranges, and I'm doing them in an arc around that one V that you can see at the top of the mountains there. And so they're catching on all the paint and the tissue paper in the background and having a really nice kind of modelly effect. We have the solar paste out. We're going to put a little sun down with one of my circle stencils. And yes, I was very careful masking it all off. And I didn't mind that I didn't do a smooth swipe because with the tissue paper being all scrunched up in the background, it's got a whole bunch of lines going every which direction. So it didn't matter that the sun was too. So now bringing out some more of the yellow and the orange solar paste, and I'm doing it again in radiating lines around that sun, and then some of the solar spray just at the end, just a ring just right around the sun itself. And that's going to help give it that glow effect, that gold effect that we're looking for because we want silver and gold, right? Put the stencil back over top, give it one last spritz with the solar spray to kind of give, again, another of my kicks lately, that atmosphere of sun. So on the inside, we have my Close to My Heart, Love with All the Trimmings. I'm doing that in the light yellow and then orange. And at the end, I'm bringing in the Altenew Antique Gold here. And this gives it a really nice effect. over top of that orange, ooh, it's really vibrant. Okay, custom stamps going down on the back though. Stop admiring the inside of the sentiment there. And then I have Sharpies. They have metallic Sharpies now in silver and copper and gold. And so I'm just putting dots all the way around that so that you'll see later, I'm putting embellishments on the front so it has like stars. So I wanted the same kind of thing going on the inside. Now for the front, I didn't like how the snow part had dried. It was too dark in my view. And so I got out some white acrylic paint, I got out my brayer, and I am rolling it across the top. Now that's also going to give it a little bit of snow texture on those ridges in that Rolling Hills embossing folder. And then, of course, because we can't stop, we have out the crypt paste, and we have the snowfall paste out, and I'm using it for the road because this is going to be a really slushy drive that you're doing through these like totally snow-capped hills here. And there I was sure that was the frost sparkle spray that I put over top. This is my snow marker pen, and you have to push it, and this big glop came out, and you can see that mine is aging because look at the color of it. But I got it spread out along the side of the roads, and I'm making it so that it gets narrow as it goes back so that it helps with that perspective. So once this is dragged out, I'm going to get the heat gun out, and I started from the back first. I clipped that part out, but then you come around to the front and it's like watching popcorn pop. It bubbles up, and so I have snow on either side from when the snowplow has gone through. And this one, you can see I only have the ultra sticky tape down at the bottom where the texture is from the Rolling Hills portion because I wanted extra grip because of those bumps that it had. And placing that down on the card panel. Then we have the paper rose. This is Merry Christmas small. And we did that with a metallic gold. The Altenew solid sentiment strips, I'm doing it with yellow orange first. And then I'm going to go back over it again with that trick of doing the Altenew, the antique gold over the top. Because, hey, there we go. It's going to be another of my new little tricks. Like, oh my gosh, it's like you can't tell in the photographs, but when you hold it up and look at it, oh, it just glows. I'm like, ooh, that just satisfies my magnetic soul. So, yeah, I liked it. And then I cut it out with one of my banner dies. Around the edge of it, though, I didn't want the white there, so just dragging the antique gold around the outer edges so that it's got the gold there as well. We're going to figure out where we're placing these. I'm putting them down in the bottom third. So we've got the Merry Christmas down. We're going to put our banner down. Excuse my hair. And shiny bling bling time. So we have out the Nouveau, the gold hexagons, the ice white circles, and the mirror ball stars. And I mixed them all up in the top, and I arced them around the sun because they're starting to come out at the end of night, right? And you tilt it back and forth, and it just catches all the different types of sparkle and shimmer and shine that we've got on there. So hey, yeah, it turned out. Anyways, I hope you guys are having fun in your craft room. Go be that change you want to see in the world. I want to thank everybody for watching and subbing and sharing and helping me to get to 1K. That's our next goal. We'll catch you all next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye, everybody.